Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Peak to Middle School. My name is Narwhal. I'm here with Kyle.
Hello.
Kyle's just been farting nonstop for the last 10 minutes as we've been setting up here.
That's how I say hello.
He claims his most recent one smells like an old box.
It does smell like old box. Like old cardboard.
Okay, is there some cardboard that's been in
smell?
the attic with stuff in it, or
Yeah.
an empty old box? Or maybe a box that's been left on the sidewalk.
Stuff might be in it, but whatever's in it doesn't help with the smell.
Okay.
You know what's worse than that is wet cardboard. I hate that smell.
Like your farts? Wet
No,
cardboard
just
farts?
like wet. I mean, that would be bad, but I'm saying wet cardboard has a smell.
I don't. When have you smelled wet cardboard?
I've gotten
frequently?
cardboard wet before. Have you ever gone outside to your recycling bin and something
Sure.
got wet?
Yeah, or you can't
and it
fit
smells
everything.
like wet cardboard.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's not a smell that stands out in my mind as
Oh, it stands out in my
noticeable.
mind. Yeah, it's like the smell of wet pavement when it rains for the first time in a while.
Sure, yeah.
Do you like that smell? Some people
I
like
do.
it, some people don't.
But here, I don't notice it as much in Washington, but in California, when I was in school down there, when it rained, it wouldn't rain that
it
often.
smelled hard.
It actually was a noticeable smell everywhere you walked.
I mean, I can notice it here too.
Really?
If it doesn't rain for a while, in the summer, I guess.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, how's it going? You can't answer us because we don't even know who you are.
Glad it's going well, guys.
Yeah, we're alive. We're here. The studio has changed. So if you guys are on one of the audio streaming platforms, definitely check out our YouTube version. So the background behind Kyle right now is now a wall. But joke's on you guys, it's a fake wall. We tricked you.
It's not a real wall. There's still a garage back there.
Oh!
We're still in the garage.
It's totally fake. But yeah, we wanted to do that because there's some other projects in the works, and one of them, I'll tease it now, is a new podcast.
Tease me.
I'll
tease it now. I'm not involved, so you might as well not listen to it.
Kyle's not going to be a host of this one. We're still working out if I'm going to be a part of it or not. There's a separate person who is going to be one of the main persons involved in the show, and you guys know them.
Been on the show.
So that's all I'm going to say for now. Okay, it's not going to happen in the next week or 2 weeks. It's a little, probably at least a month out.
5 years.
A month or 2 months away, but I'm excited for it, and I think you guys will enjoy it. And this is kind of the goal for me, at least, is to turn the stuff we do into a whole network. I think that would be really dope. It's PIMS is our show, and then maybe there's a second show or a third show, maybe even a fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth,
A lot of
10th
shows.
show.
That's a lot of shows in one garage. Your parents are not going to be happy.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there will come a time when this little
It's going to be a sad day when we move out of the studio.
15 by 15 room is.
It's bigger than
How
that.
big
now
is
it's
this?
smaller because it's wall.
I know. We put in these walls, and my dad is.
Dude, we
What?
should turn into a green screen. And I could have whatever background I want.
I've thought about that, but then I thought I don't want a whole green wall to be one of the 4 walls in this room.
Look, maybe it could be a curtain that you pull down.
A green screen. No, yeah, they have green screens where they retract into a holder thing in the ceiling, and then you pull it down.
A projector thing.
Yeah, it's a possibility.
Yeah. And then we could just put that big dick man on the back.
Anything crazy that Kyle talks about, whether it be his cave systems.
Yeah, we could just toss it up in the background.
Birds aren't real guy. We could just throw him up there.
Exactly.
I've thought that'd be cool where a whole podcast is it's in a studio, but
Green studio.
it's the whole thing is just green screen. So you just constantly change the background throughout the podcast.
That could be overwhelming though.
Yeah, that's what I've thought. That would be a lot going on.
Yeah.
But anyways, guys, if you have been fans of the show, or if you're just a brand new fan, because our ads have been killing it recently, so thank you to everybody who's new here.
Thanks for clicking.
Yeah, I just want you guys to know there's a new podcast coming, and I'm excited to kind of talk about it, and it'll be a part of this. I like to think of what we do. Okay, hear me out.
Okay, this is gonna be all right.
I want to turn all our podcast stuff into a cinematic universe. So there's the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Okay,
all right.
I don't like that though.
Okay, I don't like superheroes either. I don't
that's
but
fine.
My point is, there's this other director named Kevin Smith, and all his movies take place in his universe that he created. Okay, so there's characters from his first movie will show up in his 7th movie.
Okay,
They're not even a part of the,
All right.
They're not even a part of the movie, but they just show up because it's the same universe.
So are those people our guests? They show up.
Well,
You lost me.
Okay, my yeah, probably didn't explain that the best. My goal with this is that like the different podcasts will be separate, but they're still a part of the same universe.
So podcasts are superheroes. Superhero movies.
No.
And the hosts
No.
are
So
powers.
picture PIMS is like
Hulk.
Batman.
Batman.
We'll go with DC, okay? So yeah,
Oh.
PIMS is the Dark Knight, okay?
Oh, so
You follow me? So this is the Dark Knight right here.
okay, we are Batman.
We're the Dark Knight movie.
Can I be Batman?
Sure. You're Batman.
All right.
This is the Dark Knight movie.
Okay,
All right.
I'm Batman.
This new podcast that we start is going to be The Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, okay.
Actually, maybe something I don't know. Superheroes.
Still don't understand. Though they're different movies. So
they're
like
different movies, but they're in the same universe.
So okay.
So this show is going to be a different show, but you're still going to tell, hey, that kind of looks like the same studio. That's similar mics. That's a similar vibe of the show. It's similar in the sense that it has like a full video version.
Sorry about that.
So do you get what I'm saying, or
I kind of get what you're saying. It feels like you've really much.
I've really reached.
You very much reached for that.
Yeah,
But it's okay. As long as I'm Batman,
yeah.
I think he's the coolest superhero. Because he's like he's the most skilled because he doesn't have natural powers. He just has like a bunch of shit, which maybe
He's
that's
rich.
cheating.
He's really rich.
He's rich, basically.
Yeah.
Which is what I want to get to in my life. I could be Batman, is what I'm saying.
So he has no powers.
No.
So he can't even jump. Oh, so he can jump off of buildings, but he
he's
has
got,
to have
like,
his suit on.
wings. Yeah, like
Yeah.
if he was just Bruce Wayne, he'd jump off and die. I mean, he's got to
Like
be
in,
like a good fighter. Like he probably knows karate.
Like
and
in the
stuff.
other guys.
Yeah, exactly. Like he'd just aim for the bushes and then just completely die on a sidewalk.
Yeah.
But that's cool.
Yeah, so anyways, guys, be sure to check out our YouTube version. Also, leave a review of our show on the Apple Podcast app because we told you to. Okay, Kyle, there was a couple.
Okay.
But the couple was 5 people.
It's not a couple.
So there was
Quintuple.
a wife.
Okay.
There was a husband.
Okay.
There was a second husband.
Whoa, this
There
is
was
reverse.
There
Okay.
was a third husband.
Okay.
And then there was a fourth husband.
Damn, this lady slays.
Well,
Hold on. I want to say I'm proud of her because that's like defying societal norms in a lot of ways. Like 1, that's not normal. 2, if someone's gonna have a lot of spouses, it's typically in history it's been the husband. So shout out to that lady and all these simp husbands.
Well, I'll tell you, it didn't go well. Okay, so
I would imagine that
I could show you. I'll pull up a picture, but I think you're gonna.
they're white.
What do you think they look like?
White, maybe a little overweight.
Are they like normal? Do they scare you?
They're
give
gonna
off-
look like kind of like normal, but like there's a dark side to them, and they have like weird beliefs, like
Okay.
fucked up shit.
Yeah. So picture like a school shooter, and
White.
then 3 more of them, and then a woman who
Okay.
is scary. Okay, so this is the woman.
See, that is what I said. White, a little overweight. Oh, is
Well,
she
she's pregnant.
Well,
So
I think she was overweight before.
That's something I had to get into.
She got a pink shirt on.
Okay, and then here's a picture.
She looks like she complains to store managers. She's got that
Yeah.
haircut. She's got that complaining store haircut.
Okay, so here's the photo of her and her 4 husbands. Now,
Yeah.
the guy, they're not like super weird, but they do look like they
that guy's got a Space Wars. Spare Wars? The fuck is that?
Spare
That's like
Wars?
a bowling league probably, and that's like his bowling team is Spare Wars.
Oh.
This guy's in a bowling league.
Yeah, so anyways, so this couple, happily married,
You can't call them a couple.
but they're
Group. This orgy.
This polyamorous group, there's 5 of them, and they're all pretty young. I don't know their exact age. I'd say early 20s.
I'd say 20s, 30s potentially.
Yeah. So somewhere in the 20s, let's say, they get married, and they're all cool with it. They're happy. They love each other. They all share the wife. Now the wife gets pregnant.
Who's the daddy?
So now the big question is, who's the pops? And since they're a unit, they're
all
work
the
more as a
daddy.
unit. They believed that they
There's a little bit of everybody.
not
in
like not in the biological sense of the dad, but in like the fatherly sense, they were all the dad. Okay.
I mean, that'd be kind of cool. You wake up and like you got 4 dads and a mom. I mean, it wouldn't
Sure.
be cool. I mean,
It would be a strange dynamic.
but you'd have a lot of voices. A lot
Maybe
of people
too many.
Yeah, probably too many voices, but a lot of people to go to with problems.
Exactly.
Maybe there's like a fun dad, there's like a strict dad, there's like a smart dad.
And hypothetically, your family would be really rich, right? Like,
You would think so, unless one of the dads is just like a spender,
like
Space
if,
Wars
if they
guy.
all work, even if they don't make that much money, if they're
Yeah.
all working, making
Combined income.
50,000, just say, I don't know if that's average or above average or whatever, but let's say
definitely below
50,000. They each make 50,000. That's like 200,000 from the men. The woman
Yeah,
is
but-
having a baby, so she's not working currently.
But it's not like all the 200,000 is going to just the like lady in. Well, maybe it is. This lady's got him on like a leash, dude.
Yeah.
She probably. I could see a picture. There's that picture of Carol Baskin and her husband when he's got. he's
yeah,
on a
that was
leash.
weird. I saw that episode.
Yeah, this lady's got like one of those leashes that like divides off, and she walks her husbands around.
Yeah.
Spiked collars.
So she gets pregnant. They find out that it is the guy sitting on the bottom right who, in my opinion, looks the most. Or no, sorry. The husband is the one in the top right. Okay.
Looks like a nerdier Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, that's actually really good. Ed Sheeran, who played way too many video games and had less social interaction.
Like Mom's Basement Ed Sheeran.
Yes. Now they have a baby, and now an article got released that one of the husbands has been arrested because he abused the child.
Oh, come on.
Now I was like, when I first read that, I'm like, please God, not sexual abuse. Thankfully, not sexual
He
abuse.
just beat him.
Apparently, so the guy on the bottom right, the one who I thought
like he
looked
could have
the
a
most normal.
I think looks like he got a crazy side. Look at that hair. It's all over the place. This guy's got a wild side.
He decided to what was the word they used? Like squeeze the baby.
What?
So the baby apparently
Squeeze the
like wouldn't
baby?
stop crying, and
So he
he
squeezed
got up in the middle of the night and he squeezed it.
It was his shift.
To
and
me
he
it
was like-
sounds like he was trying to just strangle it, but they didn't want to use the word strangle.
It depends where you squeeze. I think you can't strangle. This is a getting squeezed, like a torso squeeze. If it was around the neck, yeah, that's a squeeze.
Is
That's
it a strangle if
that's
it's
a
around
strangle.
the baby's chest? Because the chest is close
I don't
to
think
the,
so. I think that might be like a
an
yeah,
upper body
squeezing
squeeze.
squish. He squished the baby.
Oh, so squeezes around the waist, squish is up top, and strangle is around the neck.
Yep.
All right, and crushed is at the head.
Crushed is the head, yeah, and like dangled is the foot. Like he's dangling the baby, shaking it up and down. That's terrible.
This is so fucked up.
Oh.
But guys,
Don't squeeze your babies.
The baby's gonna recover. The
Okay.
baby's gonna have a full
It wasn't
recovery.
completely squeezed.
But he broke the baby's ribs, arm, and leg. I think.
Jeez.
Now listen,
He
I
had to
know
have been squeezing and like felt little.
a little like adrenaline rush from it.
Yeah, and like a couple little break. Little
Oh, I
pops
thought you
going
meant
on.
he must have felt like, oh yeah.
Well, maybe. I don't. Probably. You can't just squeeze a baby and like not feel that way. Like I'm saying, I wouldn't squeeze a baby, but someone who's gonna squeeze a baby is
Okay.
doing it because they might feel that way.
Sure.
Save myself there.
Yeah. Yeah. Normal people don't squeeze babies,
squeeze
but someone
babies.
who's gonna squeeze a baby is gonna feel some type
Some
of
sort
way.
Power, yeah.
Yeah. So he squeezed the baby. He's in jail now, and I think the other three are
Still
still
three dads?
going strong with this baby.
I wonder what's gonna happen when he gets out. Is it gonna be like the shunned dad? Like
Yeah.
they were all gonna shun him. Like that's old dad Greg. Like Greg's out.
Yeah, like
Breaks
when
out of
he's
our
being
circle.
raised and they tell him stories. You know, there's like,
Your fourth daddy squeezed you.
yeah, if there's a kid who like never knew his dad, he's like, Mom, can you tell me like who is my biological dad? This kid could be like, who's my fourth biological dad? They'll be like, wow, well that was Jimmy. We don't like to talk
We
about
don't talk
Jimmy,
about him anymore.
but he squeezed you.
He squeezed you. He broke you.
Yeah,
Lucky he didn't squish you.
I don't know. Like I'm hopeful that this relationship does work out and that they enjoy it, but I don't really see it happening.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't see this ending in any other way other than a disaster.
someone's gonna get jealous. Someone's gonna be spending too much time with what's the lady's name?
I don't know. Do you want to know
Becky,
her name?
Karen, something like that.
Sure. Let's go with Karen.
Karen. Someone's gonna be spending too much time with Karen, and then like Bill's gonna get upset.
And I think the baby will gravitate towards one of the men more than the other.
Yeah, probably whoever the dad is. Well, and if that baby's a ginger, we know it's Ed Sheeran. So
Well, no, they know for sure it is Ed Sheeran.
oh, that's right.
Yeah, they tested.
Yeah, so that baby's going to look in the mirror one day when he's like 10 to 12 and be like, I look like this guy more than these guys.
Yeah.
And then maybe they're going to feel like more like uncles, close uncles.
Like, maybe I'm not emotionally mature enough to get it.
Probably not.
But but I just wouldn't be cool with the fact that, like, I have to act like this dad when I'm not the dad, and the real dad is also living in the house and also sleeping with my wife.
Plus,
like,
there's some other guy.
And there's just another guy
and then
also.
a baby squisher.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And, like, how do they decide who, like, let's say they're both horny one night. Is maybe they have a schedule.
Like,
like
Eiffel Tower, I hope not.
Like, no, like Mondays and Thursdays, it's Jimmy.
I bet that's what it is.
Tuesdays and Fridays.
And then, yeah, I don't know.
But there's 4 guys 7 days a week. Somebody's getting shafted.
She's getting shafted. That's what's happening. She's getting railed. There's got to be somebody that she likes better than the others, you know?
Yeah, and then the one she doesn't like, she's married them because they're better at sex, but she doesn't like them as much.
Or one of them makes a lot of money, like Ed Sheeran makes a lot of money.
Oh.
Well, no, clearly Ed Sheeran's the fucker because he's pregnant, or he got her pregnant.
I thought you were gonna say
Space Wars guy. Maybe he makes a lot of money and he's there for the.
He's
support.
the breadwinner.
Yeah, he's the breadwinner. He's not great in the sack.
And the other guy, the weird one that looks like a school shooter the most, he's maybe a really good cook.
Yeah, or maybe he's really funny.
Sure.
Look, they all bring different things to the table.
I wonder if someone who is like a psychopath that would do some crazy, I'm not just saying just a school shooter, but anyone
like
who's
Ted Bundy.
Sure, anyone who's going to do something really crazy and weird and like go to prison for some social thing. Do you think they could ever be a funny person? Like if there could ever, because obviously there's charismatic people. Like there's the story of
like Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy, he was like charismatic and good looking. But I wonder if there's anyone that could do something like that, but be like a really funny guy that even guys like to hang around.
I mean, I don't know.
Because every time you hear these stories, they're all just weirdos, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I remember learning about something like that where like people that have a certain, like maybe it's sociopaths or whatever, they know how to like work people and how to like get on people's good sides. And that's like what Ted Bundy was, but yeah, I don't know if he's funny. He might have just been like attractive. Mm-hmm. Although I don't think he's that attractive. He had a unibrow.
Did he?
Yeah, he kind of he had some brow. But everyone in the 70s, maybe they didn't pluck things. I don't think anyone shaved.
The styles have changed. I was talking to my mom about that, how when my mom married my dad, there's photos of them at their wedding. My dad legit had a mullet for like a long time.
That was cool.
And my mom said at the time that was like a cool, normal thing. And I was like, so mom, do you actually think it was attractive or you just liked him so you just like put up with it? She's like, no, like back then I truly thought it was actually attractive. But she's like, but now if I look back at those pictures, she's like, I can't even believe that people did that.
Yeah.
So it's so weird how styles change that much.
There's a picture in my family that like our family friend drew, but it's like a real picture. And it was my mom and her brothers, and they're all in their 20s, I think. My mom has a perm. My uncle has a mullet, and my other uncle has like long hair, like very long, like to his nipples.
Like in Tiger King, the Bhagavan.
Yeah, but
guy?
like he just let it straight down.
Okay.
Yeah. It was cool. It's a great picture. All-time picture.
Yeah, man. It's weird how like there'll be things that when we get, I'd say 30 years from now, we're going to look back at some of the things we wore or the way we looked. Well, I remember, I mean, this is partly because I was young, but in middle school, I liked the look of just a short buzz cut more than like having hair.
Yeah.
Like I had like a 2 buzz cut for 3 or 4 years.
Everybody did.
And I really liked it, but looking back on it, I was like, I believe I would have been a more attractive kid in middle school if I didn't have a buzz cut.
Yeah. Plus, like, you look at what everyone wore, it was like super long shorts and like baggy shirts. Like, I don't know. I like the shorter shorts. But maybe that's just because that's what is in right now. And
exactly.
Maybe I'll look back and be like, why was I wearing shorter shorts?
Yeah, I agree. When I go to the gym, I prefer to have shorts that are shorter because I feel like they don't get in the way as much. But I still have shorts from like freshman year of high school, and they're like past my knees by like 4 inches.
Exactly. That's why I can still have those shorts because like they're still long.
Yeah. I think one thing that when I have kids, if they look back at my photos from when I'm younger, they're gonna be so shocked. I think that I always wore those high Nike socks.
Oh,
I still to this day wear them.
I don't.
But a lot of people have phased those out.
Yeah.
The 3/4 socks that go up to your calf.
Mm-hmm.
I just prefer how they feel, but I can tell that there's gonna come a time when kids are like, why?
Yeah, that's true. Those are gonna be considered like the dad socks. Because when I think of like dad socks now, it's basically that, but without the Nike stripe.
Exactly. What the fuck was that?
Exactly.
Dude, I just choked
Dude,
on
just
my
fucking hawked a loogie in the middle of that sentence.
Dude, I feel like that's like I just was smoking a pack a day and it just all came up at once.
Exactly. Damn, he's like growled at me.
Wow, I'm hot. I'm sweating now. Can I turn this heater off?
Wow. Yeah.
I think that just made me self-conscious. Woo. Wow. What an episode so far.
Yeah,
we got 4 dads smashing their children.
Squishing.
Squish-
Don't say smashing.
In a sense,
Yeah.
it's just usually smashing is used in a different context.
I wonder what the new slang is going to be like in the future. Like, what are our kids going to say? Like, oh, Dad, that's so weeping.
Weeping.
It could be.
Like, dude, he throated me.
That's always going
Like
to mean
when-
one thing.
No, I know, but when someone gets head, no one
I got
currently
throated.
says they got throated. I think
That's
that'll
true.
be a thing.
I got mouthed.
Because it's like, oh, we smashed.
I got
It'll be
licked.
like, oh, yeah, she throated me.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Because, like, back in the day, they'd be like, oh, she's a foxy lady. And I'd be like, damn, she's fucking sexy. But, like, I'm
Now
not
at
going
the
to call someone a
next
foxy
level-
lady.
Yeah, so it goes foxy lady, sexy bitch.
Now it's like, yeah, she's hot. Like,
What's the next step?
she's
A flaming Cheeto.
she's flaming. Yeah, I don't know. Like, the kids are gonna say weird shit, and then we're gonna think it's not cool, and we're still gonna be saying swag and like she's hot. Well,
No
when I'm
one
50,
says
I'm not-
swag other than you
Nah, I
still.
say
You say swag still.
Yeah, but it's not like it's like in a joking way.
Yo, at what point does a woman change from thick to fat? Because the women that are thick, they used to just be called fat. And at some time between when we were in 8th grade
Good question you bring
and
up.
start of college, fat turned to thick. But there does come a line where some
Yeah.
people say thick in their bio, and I'm like, you're
not.
a little more than thick.
Yeah,
And I don't know how else to say. I sound like such an asshole.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
But there's got to come a weight where you're no longer thick.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a specific weight. First of all, I'll say this. When you brought that up, it made me think of like that YouTube video where it's like the group of middle schoolers sitting on the couch and they're like looking at each other, and then people like change the title of the video.
Wait,
You never seen that meme?
Oh, like they're looking at a screen?
No, it's like kids. It's like 4 middle schoolers like sitting on a like couch, like looking at the camera, like they're having a conversation.
Okay.
And someone changes like the title of the video. It's like,
Okay.
why is like at what point do women become thick versus
Okay.
fat?
Yeah.
And it's just like, and it's a meme, anyways. I think it's a fine line.
Yeah.
I think
I think maybe it depends on your body type.
Look.
Because some people carry weight in different
you
ways.
carry weight differently. I don't want to be an asshole, but I think if it's more, if you can see what I'm doing here, it's compact, I would say. If it's more compact and not,
And it's not rolling over the sides.
yeah, I don't
Okay.
know. Look,
Yeah. No, it's all subjective.
I think it's thick is what you want it to be.
Yeah.
Because some people will be like, I like thick mamas, but like that means like 300 pounds, like, you know.
Like
And like a thick
my
mama for
600
me-
pound life lady, you're not
Look,
thick.
you're beyond thick. You're round. You're round. I don't know how else to say it. Like, you're just,
Yeah. And we're not trying to be mean. This is probably really mean.
It is mean.
But my original intention was we're talking about different terms, like slang terms.
yeah. We're trying to
And the thick is a term
get a
that
definition.
has kind of arisen.
Yeah.
What's another one? We got,
Fat with a pH.
see, that's similar to thick.
Yeah. It's basically is.
I'd
thick.
rather be called thick than fat with a pH because it's like,
damn, girl, you're fat. And she's like, wait.
like unless you write it out,
Yeah.
you're just calling them fat because
It's
it's
still, though, I don't want to call, I've never said fat in a sentence like pH. I think that was like a little before
I think
our
fat.
time of when I was like,
Yeah.
fat's not really a thing anymore. It's just become thick.
Yeah. So
Curvy, scurvy. No one says scurvy.
round. You say round apparently for
Round. Look, if you're 600 pounds, you're
Yo, do you think so?
a big
I
yoga
don't know
ball.
if I should.
What? Cut whatever I just said there. If you're 600 pounds,
What a disaster.
you're a big
of an
yoga ball.
episode. I was gonna say, do you think that someone who's 600 pounds, do you think they're better at somersaults? I'm serious.
No, I don't think so.
But they're
You can roll them. Dude,
Like,
they
listen,
can't like bend.
but the amount that we have to move down to the ground in order to roll over is a further distance that has to be traveled than someone who's already round like that. You know what I mean?
No, look,
There's a shorter range of motion.
yeah. What I will say is, I think maybe they're not good at somersaults because it does take a little bit of core strength and like they can't really bend. But if you got them rolling, they're not stopping. If I
Down
was
a
rolling down a
hill?
hill, I could stop myself a little
Yeah.
bit better than them.
Yo,
They would just be
imagine
dong,
in like
dong.
San Francisco, they just full steam ahead. They just can't be stopped.
Oh, that's so bad.
All right, we should probably change the subject here. I don't think I should keep diving down that path.
Diving into
You,
the fat
Kyle,
land.
you had something that you said you wouldn't forget,
Aha.
and you didn't need to write it down.
Right. I completely embarrassed myself the other day, and you were witness to it.
Oh yeah,
Are you-
yeah.
yes.
Tell us about it.
So, I got a new phone. I talked about it. Yeah. So I was randomly like half my contacts deleted. Like maybe they didn't fully download. It was weird. Like in
What
the
do you
middle-
mean by that? Like all your texts just had numbers and no names?
Yeah. It wasn't all of them though. It was like up to a certain point. It was like within the last year or two. So then I was like scrolling down through my text messages, like figuring out who's who and like just rewriting them in because I tried to get them back and I couldn't.
Yeah.
And I get to this group chat. I'm like down like almost a year.
So you're going one
I'm
by
like
one,
7
adding
months.
people back.
Honestly, it was probably like 15 people.
Okay.
And
Kyle doesn't have many friends.
no, I don't have very many friends. Well, the friends that I do have aren't new.
Yeah.
They're old. Anyways, I find this group chat with John in it, and I'm like, okay. Then I figure out one of the other numbers is my old boss, and then there's this other number. Then I'm like, okay, I think I know who this other number is. So I go into the group chat, trying to click on this other number, and then it happens. I accidentally send my current location to this group chat that I haven't messaged in like a year.
Yeah. With
And
our
it's-
old boss and a person we don't really know that well.
Correct.
And our old boss we haven't talked to in a while either.
no, it's not like we're on like bad terms or anything. We're fine. It's just
Yeah.
like I don't talk to them. Like,
Now, you guys have to also hear part of this from my perspective. We'll try and go chronologically. So Kyle accidentally sends his location. Then I am currently playing Xbox with Shim. This is probably like, what, 10 o'clock, 10:30
it's like
at night?
10:30. I had like just woken up because I had passed out on the couch and I was kind of confused and delirious.
Oh, you were in that nap wake up?
Yeah, I had
Dude,
like
nap wake ups are weird.
I was groggy. I should have just gone to bed.
Were you sweaty?
No, I probably.
Yeah.
I always sweat when I nap. Yeah, I don't know why.
dude. It's weird. I
like
don't
sleeping-
sweat that much when I sleep, but when I nap, really a lot.
Wet naps.
So I'm playing Xbox, and then all of a sudden, like, we texted Kyle to get on Xbox. We didn't hear from him, so we assumed he was asleep. And then 20 minutes later, I get his location in a group chat. And I swear to God, my first instinct was like, I thought that Kyle got abducted.
Wow.
Because I've seen in movies where it's like, if
send
someone's
their
stolen, one of the things is like, send your location so someone knows where you were when you got taken.
Okay, I'll say this now. If I ever send you my location and don't like have a follow up like my bad, I'm in danger.
Okay, yeah. So he sent that. No other text involved. So I assumed like, I thought either he was like asleep or like drunk or something. Which
Just drunk by myself. It's
Yeah, so-
quarantine. You never know.
So I was like, or he just must have butt dialed me or something. So anyways, I'm with Shim and I'm like, what the fuck? And Shim's like, what? I'm like, Kyle just sent me his location to me and my old boss. and Shim just sits there and it's like silent. And then he just goes like, what the fuck? And so I don't even respond. I just wait. And then Kyle texts me and goes, hey, did I accidentally send my location?
I was hoping you didn't send because it was like an Android group message, and I was like, maybe it just doesn't send to Androids. It sent.
Yeah.
Like when I clicked that, It's what I hate about it is it's so easy to send it to somebody. Like it doesn't even ask you like, are you sure you want to send it?
Yeah, that's
like,
what I don't get
I
either.
accidentally I was trying to scroll down and I clicked it and I was like, no. And then
and it's just poof.
yeah, it like popped up and I was like quickly tried to turn it into airplane mode so it wouldn't send.
Yeah.
But this phone's different. Like you don't swipe up for airplane, you swipe down.
Yeah.
And I just closed out of it on accident. I was like, no. I go into the group and it's like sent and I was like,
oh. Wait, so
I sent it to somebody else.
you know how
too.
when you choose a photo from your camera roll, it'll go into the text bubble first, and then you have to hit the send button?
Yeah, why can't it be like that?
Why doesn't it do that?
I don't know. I would have exited out of it. It just sent it, and I was like, "Fuck!" And I did it to somebody else too, and I had to like message them like, "Hey, sorry."
Oh, you sent it to another person?
Yeah, it wasn't. It was fine though.
Okay.
They like replied with the thumbs up on my text.
Okay. Now this is where Kyle sort of embarrassed himself, but you could have easily got out of this, and you kind of made it worse.
I don't know if I made it worse though.
Okay. You want to explain?
Yeah, like I just wanted to send a message, like a follow-up message to say like, "Hey, I didn't mean to send that." And like as I was typing it out, like it's going to sound weird if like I didn't mean to send it, but like why would I have been in this group chat? Like it's over a year old. Like I wanted to explain why I'm looking at this group chat. So I added in the detail like, "Hey, my phone deleted contacts. I was trying to figure out who's in the group chat. My bad." And then John claims that I made that makes the situation
Didn't
way
you say
worse.
something like, can you read what you sent to them?
Keep in mind, I was really tired. Oh no, I deleted the text. I just wanted that. Off my phone.
Yeah, I've done that.
Yeah.
It's funny how if you send like a bad text,
You just
like there's
delete
been times where like I've sent like a risky
it.
text
You just delete it.
and they don't respond, and I'm like, fuck me, I'm just gonna wipe this away from my memory.
Yeah. Been there.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is if you have an iPhone, just be careful with the locations because it's very close to create new contact.
Yeah. I don't see it, but I don't know. I just thought it was weird because if I would have just been like, hey, my bad, like that was an accident. And people like, if it's some random text group that, or like people that they're not friends with, like people aren't gonna like, they're just gonna be like, oh, whatever, read it, never look at it again.
I really just overthought it.
But Kyle went like, hey, sorry, I fell asleep and my phone deleted the contacts. So then I had to go and re-add the contacts, and I
Yeah.
tried to do that and it accidentally sent my location.
It was a lot of information.
It was like a paragraph.
It wasn't a paragraph. It was like 2 sentences, maybe 3.
Okay.
It, you know, I probably did make it worse. No one replied though, which I don't know if that makes it worse because it's like they just saw it and they're like, all right.
Yeah, that's probably what they did. They probably like, oh, well, this is random, and then they just didn't care.
Hope they just deleted it.
But yeah.
Anyways,
I also got my new phone.
wow,
So
look at John go.
my phone is like probably a couple centimeters larger screen than Kyle's. No big deal.
Yeah, well, my dick's a couple centimeters longer
Yeah,
than yours, so it's
so-
fine.
Yeah, I got my new phone. I had a couple things I wanted to talk about with getting a new phone. One is how nice is it to have a battery that lasts more than an hour?
Super nice. Mine wasn't as bad as yours, but
Yeah, dude.
it's still nice. Like I used to have to charge like a couple times throughout the day and
Yeah.
just let it rock all day now.
My phone, I would almost have it on the charger continually throughout the whole day.
Said it again.
Said it again. I would almost have my phone on the charger the whole day unless I was going out somewhere. And even in my car, I'd always have it plugged into the
that's
car
probably why
charger.
your battery is fucked.
Well, no, I had to, though.
Yeah, no, I know, but that probably started a little too early and then it just overcooked.
I don't know if that's... But the only reason I started doing that is because the battery already sucked ass. I
Yeah,
just
but
think
it
it's
sucks
the fact
ass
that my
because
phone was 4 years old.
I mean, so was mine, and mine didn't do that.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Maybe you're right.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe it'll happen to Chris.
With my old phone, I had an 8 gigabyte 6S.
Yeah, dude. How did you?
And I don't even know how I
Live off of
got
that.
by with a 8 gigabyte phone because all my friends had like 32 or 64.
Yeah.
And Kyle knows this. I don't know if I've talked about it on the show, but I literally, ever since we started the podcast, well, even before that, my phone never had any storage, and I never paid for the iCloud storage.
This kid has had no apps.
And so I've literally had like 8 to 12 apps on my entire phone ever.
Constantly
Like,
deleting text
constantly
messages.
deleting. I'll delete text messages. And then every time I would go to post on the PIMS Instagram account, those 1-minute video files take up a lot of space. Well, not a lot, but for
your
compared to my
phone,
8 gigabyte
it's like
phone,
10%.
it's a lot of my phone. And so I would delete Snapchat and
Twitter.
like Netflix and Amazon Prime. I would delete those every time to get space to get the videos. Then I'd post the videos. Then I would delete the videos, and then I'd re-download all my apps. And I would do that twice a week every time we posted on PIMS. Oh my God,
that's funny.
Yeah, so now I have like 32 apps.
Look at you go.
I have.
Is all your storage used up? Oh, no, you got like the extra storage.
I got 128 gigs now.
That's a lot of storage.
So it just feels so good having videos in my camera roll. And what's also so sad about I don't know why I didn't upgrade earlier, because throughout the last few years, I've deleted like valuable memories from my life due to not having storage.
Like pictures and stuff?
Like they're pictures that I keep all the pictures that I really, really want.
Yeah.
But if there's pictures that are borderline, like this is funny, but I don't need it.
Yeah.
I would just delete them. And so now there's a bunch of pictures that I could have just had saved, and I just never have them again. So now I'm going out of my way to just save everything.
What's an example of like a borderline picture that you might have deleted?
Like if I screenshotted some random snap from somebody.
Oh, those are the best ones though.
Exactly. Or like, I don't know if there was a...
Well, you kept some weird ones of me.
Yeah, no, I still have the best ones, but I'm talking more of the ones that aren't as legendary, you know?
What I love about Snapchat is that like you can send a Snapchat and one person screenshots it and you completely forget you ever sent it. And one day it'll come back and you'll be like, I have no idea that I ever sent that.
Yeah.
And that was on my birthday when John posted like 5 pictures of me. And I'm like, I didn't know any of those pictures existed.
Yeah. And like there's the obvious ones that you send and you know everybody's going to screenshot. Yeah. But then there's a little more obscure ones.
Like the casual ones that I'll send a mass snap, but it's like I don't expect people to, 1, reply, 2, to screenshot it. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I kind of want to get more into just sending random Snapchats to my friends of stupid shit. I've never been one to send that many snaps.
No.
But I feel like it would add more entertainment value.
Okay.
Because maybe 10 years down the road, you send me one that's been saved and it makes my day a little bit better.
Oh, so you want to see pictures of yourself?
Yeah, to make my life better.
Okay.
Because I'm just that beautiful.
Okay. So John's going to start sending out selfies just like, please screenshot.
Yeah. Oh, but also what I wanted to say about the new phone is like, with a lot of the podcasts I listen to, I watch on YouTube. I prefer the video versions, like Joe Rogan, The Basement Yard, the H3 podcast, PIMS, the Misfits podcast.
PIMS.
They all have PIMS. They all have video ones. And obviously when you stream videos on YouTube, it takes way more battery than probably like any other activity on your phone. And so my phone would go from 100 to like it would die before an hour-long podcast was over if I didn't charge it. And now I use my phone for 3 days and didn't charge it.
Wait, really?
3 days. I mean, I wasn't on it all day long.
Yeah.
Like I would just use it when I had to use it.
That's impressive.
But like since I got it.
Yeah, I'm at 98 right now. I want to see how long I can ride this.
Yeah, I also hate how on the new ones you can't just see your battery percentage.
I know. I tried to look up. Yeah,
I looked it up and they said you have to scroll down to see it.
Yeah, it's stupid.
I'm at 93. That is such a good feeling.
It is a good feeling. And like in an hour, you're not going to be down to like 20.
And you're not going to be scrambling for where the closest charger is.
Exactly.
Every time we do a podcast, it's like a few hours into the day. So every time we were about to record, my phone's always at 4%. So I have to go scramble around looking for a charger.
You know what else I appreciate? My phone, I love the vibration on this phone compared to my old phone.
Oh.
My old phone was one of those old loud ones that's like, and like it'd be sitting on a table and just like be super loud. This is just like a little.
Yeah. Well, I like how when you do certain activities on the phone, it'll vibrate.
Yeah, it gives it a little
like
vibration.
If you set a timer, every number you scroll past, it vibrates.
Good feeling.
Listen.
It's the little things.
I do think that society kind of tricks people into thinking they need newer and better things all the time. I'm not a big materialist guy. Like I don't buy fancy expensive clothes. I don't really buy new shit all the time. But I will admit, when you do buy something nice for yourself, when you upgrade, it does feel good.
Yeah.
And it's not like I didn't upgrade to try, like I did it for the right reasons. I think if you do it for the wrong reasons to try and like
oh, I need the new phone.
Yeah, you need people to think that you like make a lot of money or whatever. I think those are bullshit reasons. But when it actually like benefits your day-to-day life.
Yeah, my life is better.
My life is better because of this phone. And we just got the stimulus checks.
Yeah.
Mine came in this morning. Kyle's came in a couple days ago.
It's a good feeling.
It paid for our phones.
Basically,
And
yeah,
more.
that's true. That's true. Shout out whoever, I don't know what that it's like $4 trillion.
I didn't.
It's like
That's a lot
trillions
of
of
money.
dollars. It's a lot of dollars.
Yo, think about like when you say trillion,
That's a lot of dollars.
you like obviously you know it's a lot, but dude, it's like 999 billion plus another billion is 1 trillion. And we're
Yeah.
doing that 4 times.
Yeah.
You know how much a billion is?
Do you know how many seconds is a trillion seconds? It's like 30,000 years. Wait,
Whoa.
Let me double check that. I'm pretty sure that's true. I'm pretty sure a billion seconds is like 30 years. Holy shit. Oh my god. Okay, how many years do you think a trillion seconds is?
Oh, I don't know. You just said 30,000 or something.
Yeah, dude, it's 31,709.
31,000 years is a trillion seconds.
Yeah.
And we're giving
about
away,
a billion?
well, not me. The government is giving away $4 trillion.
I don't understand that.
How many $1 trillion are they in debt right now already? Aren't we
Dude,
like
I
aren't we like
understand.
$300 trillion in debt?
I think the whole world's in debt. Yeah, 31 years for a billion seconds. We haven't even been alive for a billion seconds.
Damn, bro. We haven't. Yo, there's people that haven't been alive for a billion seconds that have more than $1 billion.
Let me. How?
Actually, wait. How long did you say that was? 31 years? You think there's
Yeah.
any billionaires that are under 31 years old?
Probably.
Yo,
Actually, I don't know. Oh,
there's-
Kylie Jenner.
she's a billionaire?
Yeah.
She has $1 billion and hasn't been alive for a billion seconds.
Okay.
That means she made $1 every second.
So that's crazy. Okay, 22 years. So we're a little older than 22, but that is 693,792,000 seconds. So we're on our way to a billion.
Dude.
We're crossing towards like 700 million right now.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
Sweet.
I would love to see a graph of how many seconds of my life I've spent doing different things and what the most seconds I've been spent doing.
Why seconds in particular?
Well, I don't know. There's
It
a lot
could
of
be
seconds.
minutes,
Could be
it could be
minutes. All
hours.
right, fine. Minutes, hours. Like how much time have I spent in my life doing certain activities? Like what do you
Yeah.
think is number one?
Sleeping.
Okay, yeah. Sleeping
Dude,
like
you sleep for a
eating.
quarter of your life. Or no, a third of your life.
okay. Exclude like sleeping, eating.
Okay. For you, it's probably watching sports.
Yeah. How many
Watching
hours
a
of
sporting
sports?
event.
Like yeah, probably sports. Yeah. I don't know what else I do.
I mean, Xbox.
I guess, but
Like for your leisure activities, if you're not working and you're not eating, you're watching sports or playing Xbox.
I wonder
right?
if I've had more hours spent like doing something outside with my friends versus playing Xbox. I hope it's more outside. I think it's more outside actually.
I mean, overall, yeah.
'Cause I
But in
spend
the
more.
last like couple years, probably not
definitely
because
inside. Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially
man.
Now.
I've thought about the same thing, but in percentages. Like, what percentage of my life have I spent doing different things?
Yeah.
Yo, I told Kyle the other day, I'm curious what percentage of my life I've spent looking at a screen.
A lot of hours.
For me, it's got to be like 50%.
No. Of your life?
I don't know, because every day.
I think it's
okay, yeah,
30,
not
maybe
50.
25.
But let's say, I don't know though, because dude, before I had the screen time app on, there was days when I would use my phone for like 5 hours.
okay,
And that's
but
just
that's not,
my phone. And then there's my computer, my Xbox, my TV.
but that's not half your life though. I guess TV I would say is like almost always on. Wow.
Yeah.
My voice just cracked hard.
But I'm just saying, if I add up throughout the day the time I spent looking at my phone, looking at my laptop, looking at my Xbox screen, and looking at my TV, it's like, I mean, it's not 50, but it's
It's a high
way
amount.
more than I want to know.
Yeah, that's true. I'd love to know how many hours I've spent on playing games on technology.
Oh, that would make me feel really bad.
Yeah.
Like,
I wonder if it's a year. Like, I
I'm-
wonder if it's that much. It's probably more for you than me, but
Yeah. Well, I know I'm thankful. I don't think Fortnite tracks your hours of playtime. It might. I know that
does.
like Counter-Strike does, Call of Duty on all the games does.
Mhm.
I remember on Modern Warfare 2, bro. I think I had like 55 days
oh my god.
on one game. 50, that's like 2 months. And I'm trying to think, I played Modern Warfare 2 the most, but there were other CODs that I played a shit ton as well.
Yeah.
And then end of high school, played a shit ton of Counter-Strike. And now I play a shit ton of Fortnite, plus the miscellaneous games. I think
It's sad.
a year of my life, of my 22 years, 1 year has spent playing video games.
I think you're approaching it. Yeah, potentially.
I really believe that.
That's scary. That's sad.
Now I'm curious if I've spent more hours on Fortnite than I did on Modern Warfare 2.
How long did it take you to get 55 days?
55 years. Well, that was over the course of probably just a year and a half.
Okay. But that's
So
not that bad though.
that's
That's pretty bad actually.
It's
But it's
bad.
not. It's not like a year. It's not approaching a year. Like that's still like 1/7 of a year.
Sure, yeah. But yeah, so let's say it was over the course of a year and a half. But my point is, I've been playing Fortnite now for 2.5 years? Close, maybe 3 years.
Have
now.
you played it as much as you played Modern Warfare 2?
No, but I played it more a longer time, so maybe that makes up for it.
All right, so you could be around 110 days. Then you have to add in Game Boy.
Game Boys, I
Yeah,
forgot.
I played a lot of Game Boy.
Dude, my DS, and I've been playing my Switch a lot the last couple days.
Yeah, but that's probably minuscule.
Yeah, but the little things add up.
Yeah.
What about those
Wii.
eggs? Those 20-question egg things
Does that count?
that you'd have in your car? It's the screen. You know those?
Yeah,
Yo, how did that thing work?
I don't know. How did it know?
You
I- it
remember
probably
what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it probably
think
just
of
like
something?
they programmed like certain questions that they ask, and then
There's,
they only have a certain amount of guesses that they can have, like certain things it could be.
Yeah.
So like if I picked like Liger, it's not going to be in there.
Yeah, but if it was Tiger,
They would guess Tiger though. Yeah.
But it is, I don't know, even back then, it kind of blows my mind that back then they had that technology where you could, it probably had a few million different combinations of things that you could think of, and they would get it most of the time.
You know what kind of blew my mind recently? Back on the Tiger thing, I saw a tweet that said Tiger King. They called it Tiger King because it's like the Lion King but with tigers. I never put
What?
that together. Like the Lion King, the movie The Lion King.
Yeah.
It's called, this Netflix documentary is called The Tiger King because it's like the
But-
Lion King, the Tiger King.
What's the similarity between the show and the movie, though?
Well, it's not. It's just like the
Oh.
name. Like I never put that together. That's why they called it The Tiger King.
But how do we know that's why?
I saw a tweet. That's
don't
probably
know.
why. Why else would they have named it Tiger King?
I don't know, because it's just a cool thing. It's the king of
Yeah,
tigers.
but it's like the Lion King. Now there's a Tiger King. What's next? Who's the next king?
But they.
Okay,
I don't
you know
I
what?
don't
Just-
get, no,
just no.
I get it. I'm just trying to think of, if the documentary had a similarity that was like, oh, this guy does what
Cats.
the guy in. What are the characters in Lion King? There's
Mufasa, Simba,
Mufasa.
Nala, Scar,
Pumbaa.
Pumbaa.
Mufasa's his dad who dies,
Timon.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe if Joe Exotic did something
Rafiki.
that Mufasa did, then maybe that's why I get it, but I don't really get it because it's just a
Yeah,
guy
yeah.
who's a tiger guy.
That's true. I don't know. But Joe Exotic's got coronavirus. So
Really?
I saw that also on Twitter. I don't know if that's
I
true.
don't know.
I think it is true. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But,
all of our quote unquote facts come from Twitter, so
don't listen to, don't take a lot of knowledge from what we
yeah, we've said it before. Our show is not
based on factual evidence.
no,
We do not cite our sources. We do not have good sources.
and we don't want to. We don't care if they're wrong.
Yeah,
That's the point.
It's funny.
That's the joy of I could easily look up about this family with 4 husbands, and I could find all their ages, all the different things. I could find out if the guy's still in jail, if they're divorced, but I don't want to. I want to ponder it
It's more fun to speculate and make your own story.
and spread false evidence.
Exactly.
And slander people for no valid reason, even though they're
Exactly.
innocent, and make them feel terrible, and then tarnish their name on our show.
Perfect. That's kind of the goal of our show.
Yeah. Holy shit, we're at almost an hour. This
Okay.
is, dude, this has probably been the fastest episode to fly by for me.
It's been a while since we've been around.
I know, dude. I haven't seen you as much. Do you
know.
miss me?
Yeah.
Really?
I got a nice break from you.
Yeah. Dude, that's the thing is Shim has talked about wanting us to live together or eventually when he moves out and gets his own apartment, he wants us all to be roommates. And I'm like, listen, I
Did you
like
deal
you
with me
guys.
every day?
But I see Kyle so much already. Not as much as back. There was a time when
we
Kyle and I
worked
worked together.
Yeah.
I would see Kyle every day. Like on days we recorded, it would be like
8 hours.
8 hours to 10 hours. And when we didn't, I would still see him. And then on weekends, he would come over and hang out because we have no other friends. So, point being, it's been nice to see you less.
All right.
Not that I don't like you.
No,
but
I get what you're saying. We need a nice break. Every couple needs a little bit of a break. We need space. We got a little bit of space.
Yeah.
We're resetting.
Yeah.
And we'll hit the ground running when this is over.
And I feel like because I know you so well, it's like I can get more frustrated with you than my other friends. Not because like you do anything different, but it's like because I know you so well,
I feel
there's
the same
more
way.
Triggers.
That's true. I get more fed up with you compared to anybody else that I know.
Yeah, and I think that's just how it is. So I was thinking, I don't know if I could live with you or Shim.
Yeah.
Just because it's like I don't want to hate you guys. And if I lived with you,
they say don't live with your best friends, but
I
also
think
that
I would
could be
hate
so
you
much
guys.
fun.
It could be fun, but I feel like I don't know, man. I don't know if it would go well.
Hey, I'd be open to the idea. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, balls in your court.
We'll see. We'll try.
My balls
it out.
will be in your court.
Oh, my balls will be everywhere in that apartment. Okay.
Not on my drum set.
So, anyways, guys, we're gonna hop into the segments here, so the episode isn't like too long, and we're gonna record another one after this because Kyle and I don't want to see each other. Like we said, we hate being with each other. We hate being in each other's presence.
Absolutely.
So we see each other as little as possible.
Basically, minimize our FaceTime.
Yeah. Also, I should say, I forgot to mention earlier, but we will end up covering up that whole wall behind Kyle with cool decorations. So it won't just be like a plain white background because right now it kind of looks boring. It'll look cool, trust me. So hopping into our segment here. Today we got A and F of the week and movie time. Kyle, who's your A this week?
Well, it was the stimulus checks, but we talked about it. But another thing that I didn't mention is with the stimulus checks, I think it was like a certain amount of $1 trillion. I'm pretty sure there's more like money out there than actual money. Like there's people own more money than their actual money, like physical money.
Well, yeah, that's when we got all fucked up because it was all.
I don't get that. How is that possible? How could I own $1 billion but I can't get $1 billion? Like,
well, that's kind of what we talked about with Willig when he was on the podcast when we talked to him about like loans and shit.
Thinking.
Because like, I think it all got fucked up once. What was it called? Like the gold standard or whatever, where all the money had to be actually backed by the amount of gold.
Yeah, who just started printing money? Why did we print so much money? And like, why is money less valuable now than it was back then?
I don't know.
Like $1 could get you like 10 sodas.
Yeah.
And now $1 can barely get you like a Kit Kat.
That'd be so cool to go to McDonald's and like a burger is like a nickel.
Yeah, dude. You just flip the coin at him. Here you go. Here's your tip.
That'd
Flip a
be
penny at him.
dope.
Yeah, my dad said like his allowance was like a nickel, or like a dime. Like that fucking sucks.
But it's
if
like
I find a dime,
really,
I'm tossing that shit out.
But it doesn't really make a difference. It just depends how much the things in the world cost. You know?
I know, but that's because of inflation.
Yeah.
Because there's more money, I think.
But
I don't know, dude.
What I was thinking is what is weird about the stimulus check is that $1,200 goes a lot further in like Louisiana than it does in Seattle.
That's true.
You know
That's
what I
like
mean?
people, that's not even their rent for like a studio, not even close to a rent for a studio apartment.
Yeah. Like
it's like half their rent.
if you want a studio apartment that's not absolute dog shit, you're going to be paying like $1,500.
Yeah. And you
or
can
more.
have like a mansion for $1,200 in Louisiana.
Yeah.
Not that
yeah.
far. But like you could have a studio for probably like $600.
Yeah. And so that's what's so weird is that like they're giving like a one size fits all when like for certain families $1,200 is going to be a lot more useful than other families. Now obviously it's better than nothing, but
yeah, I'll take the
it's
money.
just interesting because like the minimum wage in Seattle is what, $15,
mm-hmm.
whereas like over in Texas I think it's like what, like $7.50 or something.
Yeah.
So like for kids who don't what was I trying to say?
Kids who don't.
No, I'm thinking like high school kids who like aren't paying rent or don't have like that many expenses. It'd be so much better to live in like in Washington than in a different state because you're making this much more money, but you don't really have to. Like the reason the minimum wage is higher is because cost of living is higher. Yeah. But if you're a kid who doesn't have to pay for cost of living, you just get a net like double the amount of money that you would if you were in Texas.
Yeah, I feel like if you're a young child, not a young child, but if you're like a high schooler, make your money in Washington and then move to Texas.
Oh. I've thought about that. If you have like a good career and you want to retire, but you're in Seattle, but you're like, oh, I got to work another 5 years.
I could buy this trailer for like $1 million, or I could spend $1 million on this giant mansion.
Yeah, and just you could move and retire early in like Alabama.
Exactly. But like, I don't want to go to Alabama ever. So
I have theory that I think there are cool places to live in every state.
okay, that might be true, but for the most part, I don't want to be in Alabama.
Yeah, generally speaking, I would rather be in other places than Alabama.
Yeah,
but
if I'm going to the South, I'm probably going to like Texas or just Texas, maybe Florida. I don't know.
But like I've heard there's cool beaches in Alabama that like people don't really talk about. That's what Blake told me. Blake told me that everyone shits on like those states over there, like Alabama, Louisiana and stuff.
They're on the Gulf.
But he
Probably
said
warm.
that, you know how like over here, the spring break place for college kids is a lot of people go down to Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
He said over there, it's like there's these beaches in Alabama that are like super nice.
And people go to North Carolina too. That's where like my dad lived in Virginia. And we went down to I forget what it's called, but there's like beaches over there. But they're like really nice beaches. I did not know there were nice beaches in North Carolina.
Yeah. Like you said, I'd rather live not in Alabama, but I bet I could find a place that I enjoy.
That's true.
If
you
I had
wouldn't be
enough
able to
money.
relate to anybody down there.
That's
But
true. That is
be like,
true.
oh, hey, John, you brush my tooth?
All right,
That was-
you brush my tooth. Just we use one tooth.
There's
left?
somebody out there with one tooth. There's a lot of people with one tooth. The like people to teeth population in Alabama is probably lower than other places. I'll
Yeah,
say.
it's
Where do you
probably
think the
the
least amount of teeth is? What state?
like South Dakota. They could probably do meth there.
That's true.
So
Wherever
they
the
lose
most
their
meth
teeth.
is.
Or like a place,
Where did Joe Exotic? He was in Oklahoma. so
Oklahoma.
not a lot of
Yeah.
teeth on that.
Yo,
on
that
show.
one guy.
Dude, that one guy had tooth.
he had.
That guy brushed his tooth. He probably doesn't brush it though.
He goes to the dentist. They're like, yo, have you been brushing your teeth? No, I've been brushing my tooth.
Open his mouth
His
and like,
single tooth.
oh, I guess we'll floss this tooth. That's nice. You don't have to floss, but you can't eat steak.
Yo, how does he eat anything, dog?
Mush.
Oh.
Blenders? I don't know. Don't
Yo,
do meth.
Joe Exotic convinced two guys.
That
Well,
they
the
were
one
gay.
guy might have been borderline gay, the first guy.
But then he
the
ran
second-
away with a wife.
Oh, I haven't got there yet.
Oh, yeah, dude. He's married
the
to a
guy
woman.
with the tattoo?
Yeah, he's married to a woman, and he got the tattoo filled.
Whoa, I haven't got to that part
Okay,
yet.
sorry to spoil it.
No,
most people have seen
it's
it by now,
okay.
so it's not really much.
But then he also convinced a guy that was fully, like 90% straight to also be his gay husband.
Yeah.
That is power at
And
its
then
finest.
there's a third guy who I think is actually gay.
Oh, he has a third husband too?
Yeah,
Shit.
I won't fully spoil it. You
Okay.
can watch that and find out yourself.
Wow.
There's some dark shit that happens.
Yo, would you marry
No.
if you were a girl and you met a guy and that was really cool and he's like, hey, I just like thought I should tell you before we get too deep into this. I used to be married to a guy, but I'm fully straight. I have a tattoo that says property of Joe Exotic, but I'm straight. Like I'm not gay. It's just like a thing that I got.
Well, if that guy has one tooth like that guy does, not gonna marry him. I think in Oklahoma, like he's a 10.
dude, no.
He's like a 3 in Oklahoma.
There's normal people in Oklahoma. They're not.
but he's
all-
like a 3 he's like an Oklahoma 3.
Okay, sure. What would he be here?
0.
Really? You think he loses 3 points?
Yeah.
His face was okay. Like if he didn't smile, it's
If you don't smile, you're attractive. That should, yeah, you should lose. If you lose points when you smile, that should be like a bonus deduction of like if you smile and it's worse.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's like you look at them and you're like, okay, and then they smile and you're like, oh, no.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I want you to keep your mouth closed, that goes for having an annoying voice, annoying laugh, one tooth. It's a deduction.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's good.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm going to give you my A.
Okay, that was a long.
That was a
How did we
long-winded
get
A. I have 2 A's this week. First of all, my aunt, she got a puppy. Now, the puppy is very adorable. And that alone wouldn't be enough for an A, because lots of people get puppies.
I think
But not a lot of people get puppies whose birthday is my same birthday.
Wow.
He was born this last
name?
year on my... What were we doing on my birthday?
Nothing.
Didn't we go to the bars, or was that not on my actual birthday? That was
Jordan
the weekend
blacked
after.
out like a couple days later.
Okay, that was a couple days later. So when Jordan blacked out,
That dog was sucking
when
on
he
the tit
puked
of
in his
another
hat, he was sucking on a tit. And now my aunt owns this dog,
dog. Wow.
and I can't wait to go see this dog.
What's
So
the
that's
dog's name?
one. Buddy, which is
Buddy.
also just the best name ever.
Buddy.
Yeah.
Something
So
Kevin's better.
Buddy has my birthday, and my second A this week is a Russian theater. Okay, there's a Russian theater that is doing single-person performances. They're performing for one spectator at a time.
That's
So
okay.
it's gotta be
Russian rich people.
Russian theater performing for one spectator at a time. Starting this month, Russia's Perm Opera and Ballet Theater will stream its performances online and allow just one spectator in theater to watch in person. And they claim it's because they have a quote here, which I wanted to say. We are ready to hold performances for one person because in the end, one spectator has the same value as a full house.
That's not true at all.
Now,
That is not true at all. Unless they're paying like for the whole theater. Like if you can buy out the whole theater, then like why not?
yeah, but I think they're not talking in terms of monetary value. I think they're talking like as an
We value this audience member.
as an artist. I think their point is that as an artist, you should value whether you're singing by yourself in the shower. Like you should value it the same as if you're singing in front of 10,000 people. Which I get the concept,
Yeah.
but still, it's one guy versus like a couple hundred people. How is that? I'm not a performer.
I'm not
I would feel if I was a performer, I would feel more inclined to do well.
Let's say we're doing a live podcast. Why would I want to do that for one person?
Exactly.
Like
Now, but there are other people watching on stream. So that's like this thing is being live streamed.
Okay.
So there are other people, but if it wasn't live streamed, I don't think you could say that they have the same value. I don't know. I didn't agree with that. Thought that was a little silly.
Is a person still paying the same amount?
They didn't really say.
Like one ticket. He just buys like the far back ticket for like real cheap.
Yeah, I don't know. They just had a
Nosebleeds.
photo of someone sitting like dead center of the theater and everything else is empty.
That's almost more intimidating.
Yeah, I guess in a way that would be kind of scarier as a
You're just
performer.
sitting there. It's a Russian dude. And he's just like,
Yeah. And as a performer, normally you probably like look around the crowd and like I've heard comedians will like make eye contact with one person, then they kind of move and make eye contact with a different person. But in this show, you just got one guy.
locked in on this guy, Sergey.
Moving on, Kyle. Who's your F this week? Who failed miserably?
Amy Schumer,
Okay.
because I can't believe this is real, but she changed her baby's name because the original name of the baby was Jean Attell, which sounds very close to genital. It's Jean, Gene, and the middle name is Attell. Genital.
Oh my God, she changed her baby's name.
Yeah, so it says
How deep into the life are we?
her and her husband welcomed Jean Attell in May 2019, but she revealed that she changed the name to Jean David.
Oh, she changed the middle name.
The middle name to Jean David.
Damn, almost a year old.
Yeah, and she said, "My mom pointed it out to me. Amy's called her son genital, and she was right."
Damn. Yo, that's one of those.
How do you not know?
That's one of those instances where people have terrible names. You're like, how would the parents not realize that? Like,
Yeah, I don't.
like-
I don't like Amy Schumer either.
like Harry Balls or something.
yeah, it's like, yeah.
But this is a situation where they actually realized their mistake and they changed it. I've never heard of anyone changing their son from Harry Balls to like,
That's because you've never heard of Harry Balls.
well, I've heard of something similar. Like, you know how you've heard those names on the radio, like the worst names of the year?
Yeah, but but those are like first names though. Those are just bad names. This is like a bad sounding name. Like this sounds like you made it up. Like the name like Mike Litteris.
Yeah.
Like it's like obviously no one's named Mike Litteris.
Okay, but it'd be different if she named him like, if her daughter Jen, like,
Yeah, it
Genital?
would be worst. It would be worse.
because I mean, but I don't think
Genital.
as a parent, you're probably not assuming someone's going to call your kid.
Yeah, but
Genital.
You gotta know.
You think you got to go through
She's
every
a comedian.
possible way that
She's a
this could be
comedian.
pronounced.
Yeah, yes, she's a comedian. She should have known. You can
That's
look at
fair.
it too, and it's like genital,
But they're
genitals.
spelled totally different.
Yeah, but like, also, what is Attell?
I don't know. There's Dave Attell. He's a comedian.
Maybe it was like a last name thing.
Dave
Dave Chappelle.
No, there's Dave Attell.
There's Dave Attell and Dave Chappelle.
Yes. My F this week is in our home state. It's a Washington man.
Oh,
So we've had a lot of Florida men,
that's rare.
but today we're mixing it up with a Washington man. This is another thing that I can't believe is real.
Do we know where is he from, so I can judge him first?
Yeah, he's from Lakewood, Washington.
Okay.
Where is Lakewood?
I don't know. I think it's south.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know
Could be
exactly.
completely wrong.
Dog found behind wheel after high-speed chase in Washington State. A very sweet pit bull was reportedly in the driver's seat after the car crashed. Her owner faces multiple charges. Oh, it's a her.
Wait, the dog was driving?
So hear this. Hear this shit. A Washington. And look at the photo. I don't know if this is a real photo.
There's no way that's real. That's also not a pit bull.
Oh, yeah. Okay. A Washington State man who let. They say man, but then they say, oh, so the dog is a girl. Okay. A Washington State man who led police on a high-speed chase on Sunday may not have actually been driving. Officers said they found the suspect's pit bull behind the wheel after the 1996 Buick crashed. The unidentified 51-year-old male suspect from Lakewood, Washington, is now facing several charges, including DUI, reckless driving, hit and run, and felony eluding, authorities said. The man allegedly struck two vehicles before he fled onto I-5. Now, get this. One trooper reported seeing the pit bull in the driver's seat, with the owner handling the steering wheel from the passenger seat. The car reportedly hit speeds of 109 miles an hour during the chase, and at one point drove on a popular trail for pedestrians and cyclists.
Oh my god. I
So,
wonder how close this guy got to my house.
listen, as they're chasing him, they see ahead of them. They see the man leaning over and driving the steering wheel from the passenger seat as the dog is sitting in the driver's seat.
I would love to interview that guy and just like wonder what happened. How did he... Something the dog was like pushing the accelerator?
No, it's probably on cruise control. Actually, well, I don't know, because they say it got up to 109 miles an hour. So either the
Maybe
dog
he was like straddling
accelerating-
the center console. Even then, why would you do that?
Dude, it just seems like something in a cartoon, like a dog in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
And the driver's leaning over.
It's like you pull him over and they roll down the window and it's a dog.
The dog's like, "How you doing today, officer?" I don't know. I just thought that was hilarious, and
Yeah.
so shout out to that guy. But like when he actually sobered up, think of, that must have been
Yeah.
like the biggest like I'm a fucking idiot moment ever. Because there's people that do stupid things when they're drunk.
That's true. That's all time bad.
That's like one of
I
all
let my
time
dog
bad.
drive my car. Yeah.
All right, Kyle. Last segment here. Movie time with John. So I wanted to tell you guys about a movie called The Big Sick, which is on Amazon Prime. Have you ever heard of it? Ever watched it?
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but
Okay.
I've heard of it.
So it's really cool. It's the true story of Kumail Nanjiani.
Oh,
I don't
that's
know.
a real story?
Yeah. So do you know who that guy is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
So
from,
not Parks and Rec.
no.
He's from what show is he in?
Silicon Valley.
Oh yeah. So he's the star of it, and he also I believe he directed it because it's the story of his life, and he plays himself, but it's the story of how he and his wife met and ended up dating and then getting married. It has Bo Burnham in it. Do you remember Bo Burnham?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in this movie, which is really cool to see him around again. But it's super interesting because it's kind of about the cultural differences and how
Like, is she white?
yeah, so she's white
And he's like Pakistani or something.
yeah, he's Pakistani, I believe, and so it's about the cultural differences and the challenges between his family wants him to marry a Pakistani girl, and so and then she gets really sick, and I don't know, it's a love story, but it's a comedy, and it's just really cool because the fact that it's based on a true story makes it that much crazier to me when you see what happens, and I don't know, I think it does a really good job of making you realize how difficult it must be for someone who grows up with a different cultural background, not just nationality, but for example, if you meet someone who grew up and their family's I don't know, Mormon, or a religious differences, or someone who just grew up in maybe a really weird family who has different. I'm not saying his family was weird, but I'm just saying it really sheds some light on how difficult it must be for someone who's torn between
And dating outside your race.
yeah,
That's a big thing.
yeah, and for a lot of people, like race or religion. Like if your family's a certain religion and you want to date someone who's not part of that religion, it like they're gonna disown you.
Yeah.
And it's like it does a really good job of showing that struggle, and I don't know, it's just a hilarious comedy, but it's also really heartfelt. So check it out. It's on Amazon Prime. So if you got, it's a Prime original, which is pretty cool. So if you guys have Amazon Prime, go check it out.
Okay, I will.
Yeah. So anyways, with all that being said, thank you all so much for listening to this episode of Peak to Middle School. This was fun. Like we said at the beginning, be sure to check out our YouTube version of our show. Within the next couple weeks, this wall will look substantially different and really cool. So yeah. Also, leave a review on the Apple Podcast app. Just search Peak to Middle School. Rate us 5 stars and write a review. I think we're at like 74 now.
Let's see.
Which is pretty good, but we're trying to get to 100. We've said it many times. When we get to 100, we got a special video coming for you guys.
73.
73. So, you guys are too late to be the 69th, but
You could be the 75th.
or you could be the 696th.
That's true.
Just tell a lot of people. Just put up signs around your hometown
Yes.
about our show.
Correct.
So, anyways, Kyle, where can they follow you?
Instagram at Kyle Stafford 36. Follow the podcast at PIMS Podcast on everything. We're out there. Come find us. Come say hi. We're bored. John's doing a weird dance.
Yeah,
John's hitting the whoa.
You can
Wish
follow,
he didn't do that.
You can follow me at Hey Narwhal on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. There are new episodes every single Monday and Thursday. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much to everybody who's been showing love. We have been crushing it this month, like by far on pace to beat our record by a lot. It is currently what, the 14th or the 15th?
15th.
The 15th.
We're halfway done with the month.
We're halfway done with the month, and we already have way more downloads than we had in all of February.
Let's go, baby.
So that's pretty cool. So anyways, guys, thank you all so much. Have a great day, and we will see you guys on Thursday. Goodbye.
Bye.